I am a very big believer in practice, in building the practice of becoming confident. When we want to skip practice, I said this in one of the videos I posted. I don't know if you saw it. We talked about imposter syndrome, and I try and break that down by saying real imposters, not people who think they have imposter syndrome. Real imposters in life are con artists. The goal of a con artist is to skip the practice, skip the work. They don't want to do the work at all. They want to jump directly to the result. They want the payoff without the effort. They want the fields to burst with wheat without having to plant seeds or sow the seeds or tend the field. That's what a real con artist, a real imposter does. To actually get stronger at putting fear and doubt and anxiety behind us and reducing their influence over at us, we have to focus not on the result, but on the practice, on the process. If you're attached to the result, I want to speak up in the office in order to get a raise, you're going to be nervous about whether or not you're going to get the raise. I want to go after that new client. I'm not sure if that new client will hire me. If you're focused on getting the new client, you're going to be nervous about whether or not you get the new client. When you're focused on the result, the anxiety builds because we're attached to a yes or a no. I'm either going to get the result or I'm not going to get the result. When you focus on the practice and you're not attached to the result, it reduces the fear of failure, because we all know practice only gets us better. When a baseball player wants to improve their home run count, they don't just try and hit a home run. If they just swing for the fence, they're going to miss and miss and miss and miss and miss and get frustrated and angry. They focus on their stance, on their eyesight, on their hand-eye coordination, on their grip, on their leg strength, on their hip power. They focus on the practice of hitting in order to start connecting with the ball in a way that has a better chance of hitting home runs. And then when they get into the game, they don't just think, I'm going to hit a home run. They think, I'm going to do what I did in practice. I'm going to do my hip swivel and my leg strength and my eye contact and my swing and my grip. They focus on the practice even in the game and have a better chance of hitting the ball over the fence than if they get into the batter's box, forget about the practice, and just swing for the fence. And here's the thing that a lot of people, when they reach adulthood in the business world in life, tend to forget. We study when we're in school, and then we get out and we often seem to leave the practice behind. But the most successful people in the world still practice every day. You're familiar with all of these people: Serena Williams, Harry Styles, Simone Biles, Michael Phelps. These people they're the best of what they do, and they still practice every day. I could put up the most successful business people in the world, the most successful politicians in the world, the most successful doctors, or the doctors who read the journals every day and stay up to speed on things all the time. The most successful teachers are the ones who still practice what they're going to do. The most successful people in the world still practice all the time. So here are the tangible things. Just like we had tangible things for stage 2, here are the tangible things for stage 3. Whatever it is that you do, whatever it is that you want to reduce your anxiety in and start to focus on the practice of in order to build confidence, take out a piece of paper and again, get clear. Write out the actual steps. If I were a baseball player, I would write down leg strength, shoulder strength, eye contact, swing, grip. And I would know that those are the things I want to go practice on. I'm a writer and a public speaker, so my list looks like this. Write down my speech. Speak it out loud. If I just read it and then I go try and speak it, it's going to be fumbled. Record myself and watch it back so I know what I look like in front of others before I go up and just assume what I look like in front of others. I also believe very much, I'm actually here doing this as a living, and I give all of you kudos for being here today, get coaching. These same people still have coaches. I think one of the biggest missteps people make in the world is they get to the point where they think, I have all the experience I need. As soon as somebody starts to say, I have nothing left to learn, they may or may not start to fall back, but they're certainly not going to keep progressing the way somebody who says, I still have more to learn will. When I wanted to become a public speaker and a coach, I went and I got a coach. I found this woman who coaches public speakers, and I spent 3 months online with her learning about what public speaking is. My coaching career accelerated tremendously and invaluably because I spent the time learning about what it was before jumping into the unknown. That getting coaching, getting into the practice of building speaking made it so much more easy for me to stand up in front of a room of business owners instead of going in doubting what I was going to present to them. And I'm a huge believer in this next slide. It's why I made it blue and bold. I believe in this for everything and everybody, no matter what your business, profession, or goal is. Rehearse, rehearse, rehearse. There is no substitute for the practice of doing it yourself over and over and over. The practice of building your confidence is self-rewarding. Unlike looking at that big umbrella fear that is self-denigrating, that will move against us, it self-reinforces our doubts. Being engaged in the practice of building confidence is self-rewarding. The more you do it, the better you get at it always. There is no way to practice and not gain confidence. This is my client, George, who took my Leap Life Expression and Power course, my one-on-one course for executives, who said it challenged me in more ways than he was expecting. Ken is concise, sharp, and intuitive. I appreciate him putting that in. A seasoned coach who can help anyone who is wanting to make positive, lasting changes in their lives. I truly believe that this work, whether done with me or others, creates positive, lasting changes in people's lives.